Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our regularly scheduled installment of Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Last time, when we left off, we laid all of the groundwork to leave the Mojave for a while, and we met up with the Happy Trails caravan at the Northern Passage. Now, I know you're expecting me to jump right into Honest Hearts, but I did make one tiny little mistake in the last video. And the first thing I'm actually going to do is go fix it. It's not a big deal, really, but this is me we're talking about, so, I can't leave things undone. And don't worry, it won't take long. Back at Prim Pass, there's just some loot I missed. The heck was that? Oh, the Mentats. Yes, back here, there's a Bright Follower corpse that I missed. So just really quickly, we can stop in Novak, drop off those energy cells that he was carrying, so we aren't bringing those with us. And while we're at it, we may as well take one more nap. Then on our way back up, we'll stop at the 188 again. We'll make one more check for weapon mods while we sell off his Plasma Defender. And then we'll head into Honest Hearts. Sorry about that, I realized...
I've still got guns and ammo.
After I finished recording, I was just watching and I realized I had left behind that Bright Follower, so... Still, no harm, no foul. Yeah, that doesn't weigh anything, so I'm not worried about it. Do you have any of the mods I still need? Why, yes you do. You have the anti-material rifle suppressor. Well, that's awesome. Let's visit Alexander. I need sniper rifle mods. I need chromed tubes for my power fist. Once I have all of those, like I mentioned last video, I'm going to start spending my money on
You still making a nuisance of
50 cal MG ammo for the anti-material rifle. Ported chambers, yeah, none of that does me any good. Alright, off we go. Once more with feeling, this time for real. And we're already dehydrated, because of course we are. Here, let's, White horse nettle doesn't do me much good. Here, let me use this prickly pear fruit and Nevada agave fruit that I picked on my way here. And banana yucca fruit. I'll use those to get rid of it. That actually winds up almost perfect. 0, 0, 9. Yes, perfect. Alright. Now it's always good practice to make a fresh anchor save before you start an expansion, and of course this is no exception.
Are you here to jar at me a while longer? Or are we ready to get this show on the road?
Alright, let's go. I'm ready.
Are you now? You know we ain't coming back this way for a good long while now, right? And you know about the weight limit. I don't want no whining about old Mr. Masterson. I left my one-of-a-kind plasma cannon back at base. Can we go back for it? You sure you're ready now?
Why the weight limit?
You ain't never been to Zion, have you? We'll be passing through a whole mess of narrow slot canyons and high rough passes. A big pack will get you wedged in like a super mutant crawling through a storm drain, and too much weight will kill you in the thin air.
I'm ready to go to Zion.
You sure about that this time? We ain't coming back for a while.
Yes, I'm sure.
Well, all right then. Let's get moving. We got a long road ahead of us. The paths we're following are slow going, so you might as well keep your ears open and listen to what old Jed has to say. A few decades back, folks in the NCR started to hear about a community in northern Utah called New Canaan. Didn't know much about them, except that they were religious folks, sent out missionaries to talk to the tribes. We've seen our share of cults, but the New Canaanites, they were honest traders. Good fighters, too. Raiders wouldn't tangle with them. But then, the Legion appeared in Arizona. I reckon you know all about them. Turns out Caesar's first war chief, the Malpace Legate, was a New Canaanite, Joshua Graham. Legend goes that Graham was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole damn Legion. The New Canaanites wouldn't talk about him. They were ashamed. Guess I can't blame them. Well, at Hoover Dam, the Malpace Legate finally met his match. Hanlon and Oliver kicked his New Canaanite butt right back over the river. Caesar had to make an example for the others, to show them that even at the highest level, failure wouldn't be tolerated. He had Graham covered in pitch, lit on fire, and thrown into the Grand Canyon. People say he didn't even scream on the way down. Not long after, some of the slaves and tribals started to talk. Said Graham wasn't dead. Shouldn't have been any surprise. All this talk bothered Caesar, so he forbade anyone from speaking his name. Wanted to erase Joshua Graham from history. He got his wish. Joshua Graham disappeared, and in his place came legends of the burned man walking the wastes. Probably just a tribal ghost story. But New Canaan's been silent for a long time. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe the Malpace Legate is dead. Or maybe Joshua Graham did crawl out of that canyon and finally found his way back home.
Achievement unlocked when we remembered Zion.
All right, people. Been a long couple of weeks, but here we are. Zion.
Good.
I know your feet hurt. I know you're tired, but I need everyone's mind on the trail ahead.
Ain't the trail ahead worries me, Jed. Those descents we made through that slot canyon back up there. Ain't no way we're getting back out the way we come. And then what?
God damn it, Stella heard you the first time. And the 15th, too. The New Canaanites will know a way. And if they don't, we've got the maps on our friend's Pip-Boy over there. Enough lollygagging. Get moving. And keep an eye out for tribals.
Sorry to bother you with reality, old Jed. Who cares if we can't get back?
Quest added. Arrival at Zion. They're all dead very shortly. Follow Jed. Journey to Northern Passage Cave. So the 5 people we came with are going to get ambushed by White Legs. Optional. Defeat the White Legs assault. Ricky's dead. Stella's dead. The guards are all dead. Looks like now we just got a couple of white legs left alive. They don't seem to have spotted me. They do seem to have despawned. No. He didn't despawn, he was chilling there. White Leg Storm Drummer. Alright, so here we are at the Southern Passage. And we're very quickly going to wind up with more shit than we can possibly carry. The good news is, we got these duffel bags here, and we'll basically be able to hide shit in them. There's some good stuff in here, too. White Leg Painmaker. Jed Masterson. Happy Trails Caravan Guard. There's Ricky. There's Stella. There's the other Caravan Guard. That's all of our people. I don't see a good way up there. Optional. Defeat the White Legs assault. Move on into Zion Valley. Alright. I guess we should go ahead and loot the White Legs. Looks like this is just another busted caravan they raided. Oh, but hey, look. Food. And water. So I think I mentioned when I was just, doing my sort of advanced chat about this expansion that I really did like the way Zion looks. And I really do. I think they did a great job with the rendering and what have you. Empty box. Okay. Let me think. We got 2 here. That's enough to over-encumber me, so it goes. Let's loot these other 3 and then see if we can pop up there to get the last one. Inventory management becomes a real hassle in the expansions, but, it is what it is. What can you do? I'm going to split these into 2, since I've got 3 duffel bags here. This middle one is going to be stuff that I am only interested in selling. So, weapons and armor that I don't care to use. I'm actually gonna... My hunting rifle's in fine condition, so... And then in this bag, I'm going to stash stuff that I want to keep for myself. Like explosives. Extra aid items. Dark Datura is actually a poison. Daturana is something you can use in crafting. Well, I guess now we've established a base of sorts. So I can start leaving behind survival gear again. Oh, I meant to only carry 4 waters with me. 2 casseroles, yeah, that should be plenty. Okay, good. And then go with these. And finally, ammo. There we are. Not bad. Got one more white leg to loot, if I can manage to get to his cliff. It's a pretty big if. I don't know that there's a good way up there. If I can't, I may just have to leave it, but I'd like to at least try and get over there at least. I'd like you to jump when I push spacebar, courier. I don't know why he won't fucking jump. There. Okay, that's a start. Come on. Oh, why can't I go through here? That's kind of bogus. Well, let me see if there's anything I actually need to care about up there. I should have been able to make that jump. It's kind of bogus that it wouldn't let me. Yeah, he's got some useful stuff. Alright. Let's finish offloading that first highly eventful fight we just had. Alright. Our first encounter's done. Let's save. And, oh, we're 20 minutes in. Good. Let's move on. Off we go. Now, as we cross, we're going to get attacked by another white leg, but we don't want to shoot him. See, a bro showed up and killed him for us.
Hoy, white legs don't leave survivors often. You're some kind of lucky, let me tell you. You came from outside, didn't you? From the civilized lands. Wow. Joshua will want to hear about this.
Who's this Joshua?
Joshua Graham. He leads our tribe. Thanks to him, the dead horses are strong and safe from our enemies. He'll want to talk to anyone coming up from Southways. Guess that means just you now. Come, I can take you to him.
All right, let's go.
Good sists. We head east then. Joshua is at our tribe's camp in the Eastern Virgin.
Map marker added. Completed move into Zion Valley. Travel to the Dead Horses camp at Eastern Virgin. Follows Chalk has given you the well-stacked Cairns perk. While Follows Chalk is in your party, reaching any summit in Zion Valley, such as ranger stations, will reveal all nearby map markers and inspire a heightened state of awareness plus 3 perception for 3 minutes. Okay. Fair enough. Let's chat with our new companion.
What can I tell you?
Tell me a little about this area. Any interesting wildlife?
Mostly it's the mountain bighorners. Whole herd of them up on the cliffs there. Usually they're not too aggressive, but lately, whew. My guess is one of the calves got lost somewhere along the way. Bighorners are communal. One missing calf, and the whole herd gets ornery. If that calf doesn't turn up soon, they might very well come down into the valley and attack the camp.
Maybe I can help with that.
Yeah? Hey, thanks. Most of the hunters don't listen when I tell them the problem. Just one thing. Try not to kill any bighorners if you can, yeah? You'll drive the herd off and we'll have to range farther on our hunts.
What would you suggest I do instead?
You might try luring the baby out with some banana yucca. These bighorners go crazy for the stuff.
All right, I'll look into it.
That's great. I'll help any way I can.
Quest added. Bighorners of the Eastern Virgin. Find a way up to the cliffs.
What can I tell you?
Tell me about the bighorner problem again.
Mostly it's the mountain. My guess, if that... You might...
Okay, that was just repeating himself. Who were those tribals who attacked me?
Whitelegs. Nasty bunch. They've been raiding deeper into Zion ever since New Canaan was wiped out.
Wait, what? New Canaan was wiped out? How?
That's what Joshua said. Whitelegs came down from Great Salt Lake in force. Fell on New Canaan before they could mount a defense. Joshua found some of the survivors led by a man named Daniel. Most of them have fled the valley. But Daniel stayed on with the Sorrows tribe. He and Joshua have been arguing over whether to stand and fight the Whitelegs, or take the Sorrows and the Dead Horses out of the valley.
Where do they come from?
That's the weird part. Normally, the Whitelegs keep to the Great Salt Lake. I don't know what brought them down this far south.
I want to know more about you.
What can I tell you?
Why are you called Follows Chalk?
Our advanced scouts leave chalk signs to mark places rich with game. I'm not a full scout yet, so I follow the marks and guide the hunters.
What are all those tattoos?
Dead horses mark ourselves to commemorate our hunts. When a hunter takes a great beast, or when a youth goes on his first hunt, he gets a tattoo.
Tell me about your tribe.
We came up in the land of the Dead Horse, though why the back when folks called it that, I got no hint. We raided, we fought, we lost. Our enemies drove us back into Zion, and we would have died if it hadn't been for Joshua. Joshua and his Caesar.
Wait, what about Caesar?
When Joshua first came to us, he was servant to a man he called Caesar. He led his master's armies, and we were ready to follow him into war. Then he lost his master's army to a tribe called NCR, the Sunset People. When he returned, he was as you saw him. Burned, broken, but changed. He led us away from Caesar, led us to our own destiny in Zion.
What did Joshua do for you?
If it wasn't for Joshua, the dead horses would still be the whipping boys of the Zion Valley. He taught us how to hold our territory, to protect ourselves. He guided us away from Caesar, and showed us how Caesar would have destroyed us.
What do you know about the New Canaanites?
Little bit. I met some of their missionaries a few times, but I've never been to their city. Joshua could tell you more. Or Daniel, I imagine.
What's with the shell casings in your club?
We decorate our clubs with them to honor Joshua Graham. They were the weapons of his old tribe, so now they are ours. Can't say they seem that dangerous to me. But Joshua says they won the West.
Do you remember anything about Joshua from before he became your leader?
Only a little. I was very young. He was different. Prouder, yes, but harder, crueler, more driven. Really, I was terrified of him. We all were. When he came back, I almost didn't believe he was the same man. He was humbler. He wanted to protect, not destroy.
Why is it so important that we fight the Whitelegs?
Well, because they're our enemies. What else would we do? They take our land, they kill our scouts, they poach our hunting grounds.
I don't have any more questions. Let's talk about something else.
Ask away.
Tell me more about Joshua Graham.
He's been the chief of our tribe since he came back to the valley. He went off to the civilized world years ago to fight a war. That didn't go well.
What happened to him?
You see his face, you'll understand.
The only recent war I know of is when Caesar's legion attacked Hoover Dam. Is that where he fought?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about it much. Maybe. But how can two civilized tribes fight over something as small as a dam?
Small? Have you ever seen Hoover Dam? It's bigger than some of these mountains.
Really? That's... my gods. Must be some mighty civilized folks who built that.
You'd be surprised what civilized tribes will fight over.
Now you sound like Joshua. He always tells me that tribal life is better. That I should stay here and forget the outside world.
Tactics, equipment, your people's camp. Nothing else. Talk to you later.
Go with fortune, friend.
Alright. Now, Follows Chalk is going to be our companion for the bulk of this expansion. So, I think it's a good idea for us to boost up his gear, but what I can't remember is what kind of armor is best to give him. Let me just look up what his perks and whatnot are right quick. We'll loot this body, and we'll kit him out.
Hold up. See that log over there? Take a closer look. There might be some good stuff tucked in there.
Pinion nuts. Yum. Alright. So let's run back to our duffel bags again. First things first. There's the dump stuff. We really are going to find a lot of stuff while we're running around in here. It's nice that they put these duffel bags at the beginning. So you at least have somewhere to stash things. Oops. I didn't mean to put my ammo or my aid items in here. I got confused. It's alright. At least there weren't many. Sorry about this. There we go. Alright, let me look right quick and see what kind of it doesn't look like it matters. Okay, let's just give him something then. Not out of that one, out of this one. His weapon's good enough, but looks like the best thing I can offer him is going to be, at the moment, is going to be white leg armor. DT7. Well, hold on. Fire resistance 5. If I fully repair that leather armor, it's just going to go to DT6. Yeah, it actually looks like white leg armor is better. Alright, white leg armor it is. The white leg hide armor in particular, because not only does it have better DT, but it's got 15 points of fire resistance. I need to be certain he'll actually put it on, though. Let's repair it up and give it to him.
Well then, let's get to trading.
Weapon binding ritual, another potion of sorts. Let's just give him that armor. Oh good, he will put it on. Awesome. Alright, groovy. And we can get rolling. If you've been to Zion National Park, we're basically just on the hiking trails at this point. We even have the appropriate signage still standing all these years after the Great War.
We follow this path for a while. Nice view of the river.
I find that extremely creepy for some reason.
Please, don't. Whew. That was some kind of lucky. Guess that one was all full of gecko, eh? Don't get used to it, though. Yaoguai are plenty mean as a rule.
Alright, we got some more banana yucca, which is nice, I suppose. Trail to the left or to the right? I do want to keep harvesting food as I go. Especially, like, this prickly pear and banana yucca fruits will, Oh, look. I guess it killed this gecko. Green geckos, I believe, are a new feature of Zion.
You can take the path north here if you want, or head east over the ridge. There's a nice view from the top of that cliff, if you want to look.
Let's take his little hint and head north. Especially when we remember what his perk is. That just seems like a good idea. So you can see that the two trails we saw actually link up here. So you can head east or north. We're going to go north.
Like the shadow of a ghost.
We're going to have to deal with some white leg raiders pretty soon. So just be ready for that.
Keep headed north, around this rock pile.
I don't recall a good way down there, so... Trail continues east. I can't wait until I get the Tunnel Runner perk. I think we're still about 10 levels away from that, but Tunnel Runner lets you go full speed even when you're in sneak mode as long as you're wearing light armor.
Nah, Snape. Good kill. Is.
He's generic, that's why I killed him. Yeah, the Dead Horse Stalker armor does give you a boost to sneak, but DT is only 5, and I don't know, I just think DT is the main reason we wear armor, and it's definitely more important. Alright, so we dealt with those white legs. We got something else coming up. This is the view he was telling us about. If we make that northern loop. Ooh, look at all this. Old highway. Anyway. Let's keep going. Loop around this thing to keep going east for the moment.
Way I heard it, salt upon wounds butchered everyone in New Canaan and nailed their corpses to the cliffs. Follow the old road south. Nearly there.
So there's the old road, but I'm not gonna do that. I wanna head up our original trail here first. Close the loop, so to speak. Make sure we've explored everything and killed everything. The nice thing, I guess, well, one of the nice things about this expansion. Ooh, rain effects. You don't get those in the Mojave. The enemies here, they aren't too hard to kill, but they're almost universally worth a full 50 experience points each. So we're going to gain a lot of levels as we play through this expansion. And at the moment, we're actually strong enough to handle them more or less pretty well. So let's just close the loop first of all, make sure we've gotten everything there is to get. And as you can see, up at the top, we've got some kind of hostile, looks like a Yaoguai, and we're also going to have actually discover a location there, which is nice. I like having a fast travel landmark because I can bounce to the southern passage, offload, then bounce back here to keep going. Merchants are pretty few and far between, so we're going to be doing a whole lot of simple hoarding. Alright, so yeah, here's where they link back up. This is area that we've covered before. Let's head up towards the top. Let's try and get a shot with our hunting rifle to lead things off. Oh, it was only a cub. But even that, you'll notice, gave us 50 experience points. Well, 45 since I took the skilled trait, but nonetheless. Let's head on up. Keep things looted. Giant soldier ant. Yaoguai cub.
I hear some odd things about the civilized lands outside Zion. Is there really a giant thunder lizard people live inside?
He's talking about Novak, the T-Rex. There's another one of those hollow logs. There's another Yaoguai. This is a giant one, so the fact that I can get a Power Fist sneak critical is pretty great. There's some shit he killed. And we've discovered the spine. So let's loot around and then,
Some kind of view up here, eh?
there we go.
If you know how to look, you can spot all kinds of landmarks from up here. Look, I'll show you.
So we activated Follows Chalk's companion ability. We added a bunch of markers to the map, and we also get a boost to our perception. I can't remember exactly how long it lasts, but it lasts a little while. It's certainly not a bad thing. More important to me, now that I have a landmark and I can travel back to it, it's going to be important to... What markers did we get? Virgin River, Two Skies Cave, Old Rockville Bridge, and we have the Dead Horses Camp. Let's bounce back to the southern passage, just so I can drop stuff off. Fuck me. I keep screwing up. This one is just for stuff I want to sell. Alright, this is for stuff I actually want to hold on to. I actually need to grab a 308 round. Okay, cool. Now,
Like the shadow
I'm going to fast travel back to the spine,
of a ghost.
and I now need to end this video. Sorry to say. I know it's only been 45 minutes, but I got another kind of late start today. And this is it's a fairly good stopping point anyway. We've met our first NPC, we're done some table setting dialogue, and we found our first actual landmark, and we've handled all our logistics, so we're doing pretty well. This has been Let's Play Fallout New Vegas. Next time, I'm trying to think. If I record this weekend, it'll be Penumbra. So the next guaranteed episode of Fallout is going to be during the week next week on Tuesday like it usually is. So until my next video, whether it's Penumbra or Fallout, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please, as always, consider clicking like, share, subscribe, any or all of which will really help me out. Regardless, please know I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.